Look like Emma Meesseman is definitely headed to the WNBA. Could she be potentially teaming up?
DeWanna Bonner thought she was making a power move by quitting the Indiana Fever. Now she's unemployed and watching from the sidelines as the team she abandoned is trying to sign an even bigger star to take her spot. This is the ultimate story of professional karma, where one player's shocking decision backfired in the most spectacular way possible. A two-time champion's career is in limbo, all because she walked out on her team at the exact moment a revolution was beginning. Now that same team, fueled by the Caitlin Clark effect, is on the verge of replacing her with former Finals MVP Emma Meesseman, proving that no player is bigger than the game. This is how one of the biggest cases of career self-sabotage in recent memory unfolded.
Date as well. Shout out to Annie Constable with First Off in Sports because she simply put out an article that has just shook down of WNBA fans all over the country. Let's pull it up right now. So this is Annie Constable X account, man, and it's pretty much breaking down exactly what has been happening, man, with this whole DeWanna Bonner situation and Emma Meesseman. Now, word on the street is that Emma Meesseman, has been receiving offers from several WNBA teams. I did a video a couple months ago letting you guys know how the Fever should have been trying to sign her.
The entire saga ignited with an act that is almost unheard of in the tightly knit world of professional team sports. DeWanna Bonner didn't quietly request a trade from the Indiana Fever. She didn't work with management to negotiate a respectful buyout behind closed doors. In a move that left the basketball community stunned, she initiated a contract divorce right in the middle of the season. This wasn't a disgruntled rookie fighting for playing time. This was a decorated veteran, a two-time WNBA champion who was specifically brought in to be a stabilizing force for a young, developing roster. She was meant to be the veteran leader, the calming presence who would guide rising stars like Aaliyah Boston through the grueling pressures of the league. Instead, faced with a role she apparently disliked and the challenges of a rebuilding phase, she chose to walk away. The move was universally condemned by insiders and fans, viewed as the ultimate betrayal of the unwritten code of sports. You don't abandon your teammates. She left a gaping void on the roster and in the locker room, and what has rushed in to fill that space is the stuff of legends.
Multiple sources. The interest in Meesseman, who is considering a return to the WNBA, but has not definitely made up her mind. It stands across the league, man. Contenders like Minnesota, New York, and even Phoenix have the best shots. This is what they saying. Atlanta in the 2019 Finals MVP. There was an expectation around the league that Bonner could end up in Phoenix. And according to multiple sources, DeWanna Bonner discussions around signing her, the two-time WNBA, was excluded. Bonner is a two-time WNBA champion, but as of right now, there's not a lot of teams.
In the immediate aftermath of her dramatic departure, the conventional wisdom suggested that a player of Bonner's caliber would be instantly snapped up. Surely a title-contending team would jump at the chance to add a veteran scorer for their playoff push, but then a strange and deeply telling silence fell over the league. The expected bidding war for her services never materialized. Days turned into weeks, and Bonner's phone remained quiet. According to top WNBA insiders and reporters, the interest from other teams was practically non-existent. The reason is as simple as it is devastating for a professional athlete. Character and reputation matter.
Okay, the moment you've been waiting for. We had so much talent on the court, so much talent, but we do have to pick one MVP. So averaging 18 points a game in these finals, almost 5 rebounds a game, 22 points tonight, and she did it all series off the bench. Emma Meesseman, your MVP.
When you quit on a team mid-season, you're not just leaving a roster spot. You are branding yourself with a massive red flag for every other general manager in the league. They all have to ask the same critical question. If she did it to the Fever, what's to stop her from doing the same thing to us when adversity strikes? Her undeniable talent was never in question, but her reputation was now seemingly toxic. In a league where chemistry is paramount, she had become a high-risk, low-reward proposition, a champion sitting at home, forced to watch the season unfold without her.
The most valuable player of the Big Old 2023 is Emma Meesseman.
While Bonner's career was unexpectedly put on ice, the team she left behind was undergoing a transformation of historic proportions. The Indiana Fever were no longer the league's perennial underdog. Almost overnight, they had become the absolute epicenter of the basketball universe. And it was all thanks to the arrival of one person, Caitlin Clark. The Caitlin Clark effect wasn't just media hype, it was a quantifiable, earth-shaking revolution. Arenas in every city, once half empty, were now completely sold out. Television ratings didn't just climb, they shattered previous records, bringing an unprecedented level of attention to the league. The Fever, once an organization that struggled for relevance, were now the hottest ticket in sports, with every game feeling like a major event. This newfound prominence did more than just sell merchandise. It fundamentally changed the perception of the franchise. Suddenly, Indianapolis wasn't a place players hoped to escape from. It was a premier destination, the electrifying energy, a global media spotlight, and the once-in-a-generation chance to play alongside a talent like Clark made the Fever one of the most exciting organizations to be a part of. The foundation that Bonner had deemed unworthy was rapidly becoming a kingdom. As the Fever's star ascended, the league's rumor mill began to churn with a name that would have been pure fantasy for Indiana fans just a year prior, Emma Meesseman. For those who may not follow the international game, Meesseman is nothing short of a basketball phenomenon. The Belgian superstar is a dominant force, a former WNBA Finals MVP who earned that title by leading the Washington Mystics to a championship in 2019. At 6'4", she possesses a rare and devastating skill set that feels like it was designed in a futuristic basketball laboratory. She can score efficiently from all three levels, handle the ball with the finesse of a guard, and her court vision and passing ability are arguably the best of any front court player on the planet. She's a walking mismatch, a cerebral point forward who elevates the play of everyone around her. After taking time away from the WNBA, whispers grew to a roar that she was seriously considering a return, instantly making her the most coveted and impactful free agent on the market. Established contenders like New York and Minnesota were lining up, but a new shocking team was suddenly a serious part of the conversation: the Indiana Fever. The potential pairing of Emma Meesseman with the Indiana Fever isn't just a great story, it's a terrifying prospect for the rest of the WNBA from a pure basketball perspective. Meesseman isn't just another talented player, she is the precise missing piece that could elevate the Fever from an exciting, promising young team into a legitimate year-after-year championship threat. Her elite passing from the high post would create a dizzying number of open looks for a sharpshooter like Caitlin Clark, turning an already dangerous offense into an unstoppable one. The intense defensive attention that Clark commands would leave Meesseman free to operate in space, where she is lethal. Furthermore, her ability to stretch the floor with her shooting would open up the paint for Aaliyah Boston to dominate one-on-one. It's a seamless, perfectly synergistic fit. Even more importantly, Meesseman brings a championship DNA and a universally praised team-first mentality, the very qualities that were so glaringly absent in Bonner's final chaotic days with the team. This wouldn't just be about filling a roster spot, it would be a monumental upgrade in both raw talent and team culture. And this is where the story culminates in a peak of irony so perfect, it feels scripted. DeWanna Bonner's decision to quit didn't just sabotage her own career, it may have been the single greatest blessing in disguise for the Indiana Fever franchise. Her abrupt mid-season departure cleared a crucial roster spot and, more critically, the salary cap space required to make a serious competitive offer to a global superstar like Emma Meesseman. Had Bonner remained on the team, whether she was happy or not, the Fever would have been financially handcuffed, completely unable to even entertain the possibility of such a landscape-altering signing. In what can only be described as the ultimate self-own, Bonner thought she was making a power move to save her own career, but in reality, she handed her old team the golden key to unlock their future. It is the most stunning example of addition by subtraction. The Fever didn't just lose a disgruntled veteran, they gained the incredible opportunity to add a world-class talent who actually wants to be a part of the revolution they are building. But the benefits of Bonner's exit went far beyond just clearing cap space and a roster spot. There was a deeper, more profound impact that took place inside the Fever's locker room. In team sports, a single unwilling or negative presence can act like a poison, quietly eroding morale and unity. By walking away, Bonner inadvertently performed a cleanse. Her departure removed the shadow of a disgruntled veteran and unshackled the young core from any lingering negative energy. It forced emerging leaders like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell to step up and forge a new team identity, one built on resilience and shared purpose rather than deference to a veteran who didn't want to be there. The team's chemistry, now forged in the fire of her departure, became stronger. They were no longer just a collection of talented players, they were a unit, galvanized by the shared experience of being abandoned and determined to prove they were better off without her. That newfound grit and cohesion is something a box score can never measure, and the message sent within the Fever's locker room echoed with brutal clarity across the entire WNBA. This situation didn't just impact one player and one team, it set a powerful new precedent for the league. The WNBA is an intimate community where reputation is currency, but Bonner's situation has redefined the stakes. In a previous era, a player with her stats might have been given a pass, with teams willing to overlook character flaws for on-court production. But in the new age of the WNBA, an era of unprecedented media scrutiny amplified by the Clark phenomenon, professionalism is no longer optional. Character is now under the microscope like never before. This entire saga serves as a public warning to every player in the league. Unprofessionalism and quitting on your team will have severe and immediate consequences. As the WNBA transforms into a bigger, more powerful business, franchises are protecting their brands and their cultures with more ferocity than ever. DeWanna Bonner became the first major test case of this new reality, and she failed spectacularly. So now, we are left to witness a powerful tale of two completely different legacies being written in real time. On one side, you have DeWanna Bonner, a champion whose career is now indelibly stained by the decision to quit, leaving her reputation in tatters and her future in limbo. On the other side, you have the Indiana Fever, a franchise reborn from the ashes, now potentially on the brink of creating a basketball dynasty with a core of Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and maybe, just maybe, the brilliant Emma Meesseman. This entire situation serves as a dramatic and public lesson that an athlete's legacy is built on far more than just statistics and championship rings. It's forged in professionalism, commitment, and character. Bonner gambled that her past accomplishments would outweigh her present actions, and it appears she has lost that bet spectacularly. The Fever, in turn, are poised to cash in on one of the most ironic and fortunate turn of events in recent league history. It forces everyone watching this drama unfold to ask a serious question. Is DeWanna Bonner's exit the single greatest case of career self-sabotage the WNBA has ever seen?